Today we're breaking down an offensive move that you absolutely need to know. Some people refer to it as a tie hop. I just like to call it kind of like a power slide because the amount of distance you can cover is substantial. People think they're safe. All of a sudden you're sliding towards them, but we're not going to utilize a kick. We're going to follow with something else after, and this is where it gets really clever. And a massive thank you to everybody on the channel. We are just on the cusp, if not already passing 250,000 subscribers. This is amazing. I initially went, oh, I hope at one point in my life I get past 100,000. We're at the 250,000 mark. We will climb up to 500,000. Everybody here, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, watching the videos. As a thank you, on my upcoming defense course, I am offering 35% off, 250,000 subscribers, and we're doing 35% off. We're gonna be covering in this course pretty much everything you can dream about for defense. How to block techniques, how to do solo defense training, the best partner defense training drills. We're gonna have live calls. We're gonna have pre-recorded sessions that you can watch by yourself, take notes so you're prepped up for those live calls. You guys, you're gonna love this course. I'm putting so much effort into it. Click the link in the bio and head over, 35% off for you guys. So if you are familiar with karate, in particular point fighting, you'll know that a lot of times you lift your leg up, you pivot and you slide. You cover a lot of distance in that motion. Now, more often than not, we don't see kickboxers utilize this because as soon as you turn sideways, you're going to open your entire back or your hamstring to counter kicks. So from here, you're not going to feel like that slide is quite as easy, but it can still be done. You're not going to cover as much distance, but it still works. I'll show you the difference. One here, look at that distance I can cover. Second one from about here. But that's okay. We don't need to cover loads of distance. We just need to shock this person enough that they create an opening. The response from most people when you power slide on them is to either back up and put their hands really tight or just to freeze. Either one works great for us. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is the terminology that's used when we go to the Muay Thai style. People call it the Thai hop. The reason I don't like that name is I don't think there's a hop in it. So if you're going from here and you're jumping, sure, you could call it the tie hop, but why would you want to disconnect your back foot? That makes it so much more likely that if this person attacks you, you're midair as they start attacking. Terrible, terrible position to be in. You want your foot connected. That's why I like to call this a power slide as opposed to a hop. You're also going to note that you do not want your toes pointing in the direction that you are attacking. I have to pivot my foot. I could start from here, but as I slide, I pivot and I end up readjusting at the end. It's basically foot facing this direction, slide, foot comes back, just like that. It's pretty darn easy actually. Now it's the follow-ups, which are so interesting and which can really create some serious damage. So let's run through a couple possibilities, well, more than a couple. We're gonna run through basically all the possibilities that I find best to utilize from this power hop or power slide. If somebody backs up and they create any extra distance, it's ideal to utilize that distance with a high round kick. Because they're usually scared about right about here. They're going, oh, he's going to attack me here. So in my experience, the hands close off and it leaves the sides of the head open. So you can either come from here, power slide into the high round kick off the back leg or off the lead leg. Both of them work great and they can catch people unsuspecting. I like to personally come off the opposite leg. I like to come up and then do that fast transition across. But if they don't create as much distance and you're still wanting to utilize your legs, then you can go to a knee. Now I know what you're thinking, maybe, oh, we were already targeting here. The guy blocks like this, why bother throwing a knee? But if you can land a knee against forearms or sneak between them, it's still super damaging. So that one will look like this. I slide and I just throw my knee. Or I could slide and then skip and throw my knee. Either one works great. Again, I prefer off the backside. I find it's easier, more powerful, and just a little bit more fluid. And the last one off the legs, which I really like to utilize, is just a straight up low kick. Only off the back leg, up, boom, right to their thigh. Slide, right to the thigh. Usually what happens is they back up, they're heavy on both legs, and it's easy to chop that thigh right out. But maybe the legs are not for you, or you want to have some other options. So one that I've talked about on this channel before is coming off the lead arm when you lift this leg up. And it might feel like that's not powerful, but there's a little trick to it. As you lift your leg and you slide forward, you take this lead arm and you pull it backwards. So now you're chambered to unwind on either the hook or the jab. I lift this leg up, I pull this arm back. As I land, I decide, am I gonna come around or straight down the middle? Both are crazy powerful because you're essentially going here, and then you can unwind that body. Start from here, up, boom, or up, boom. Either one works really well. And I'm not a big fan of coming on the cross or off the cross on this one, but what I also do like is an overhand. So if you power slide forward, you realize, oh, this guy's side of the head is open. I get a little bit of a drop, and I come with the overhand attack. This one, again, works really well. Now, in terms of following up on these, all the ones that we talked about, you absolutely can. But in my preference, I usually do the power slide or the tie hop, and I go to one technique. That's it. I'll come up, boom, and then I'll do a quick reassessment. If the guy's not doing anything, then sure, follow up, but be ready to bail out very quickly. I slide, kick, reset. That's my personal preference, and it's the way that I find works best. So this tie hop or power slide, whichever you prefer to call it, is great to utilize. Distance-wise, just get in front of a bag to start and go, okay, I can touch the bag, obviously too close. Take a little step back and just see if this is comfortable for you. Can I slide and hit, or slide and hit? If you feel comfortable at that distance, go back a little further. In my experience, it's nice to be about this far away. So one pretty big step backwards, and that's where this starts to really work and people really bite on that fake. So let's call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you learned something. As always, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.